What's going on, guys? As you can see, I have my Ruger 1022 and of course a brand new stock for it. And of course, as the name of this video suggests, this is another series part for the build of the 1022. If you guys remember, I'm basically making the little brother version of my Remington 700, which also has a Hogue O.M stock, albeit probably not as good of quality as this one. But let's go over to the table, get a little bit of a closer look, and then we'll get it installed. Alright, so here it is. It's kind of hard to get this all in the screen because it's actually pretty big. Granted, it's a 1022, but the way I have my camera set up is actually pretty close to the table, so I have to basically show you pretty up close of this. But as you can see right here, it is a Hogue stock, and it's the O.M or the Overmold series. Clearly, obviously, it's soft rubber and stuff. Anybody who's ever felt an Overmold stock knows how good it really feels in your hand. Now, on the Remington 700s, the Overmold stock that is available for the Remington 700 isn't very good, in my opinion. It's all right. It feels great and everything like that. However, on a free-floated barrel, the portion of the front of it actually bends in and touches the barrel slightly, but just enough to affect the accuracy slightly. If you're not going to make very long distance shots, if that's not one of your objectives, then it doesn't really pertain to you. But if it does, that's definitely something to take into consideration. On the Ruger 1022, it's really not a factor, but also it is something to just to, like I said, to take into consideration. But this is the version that is able to put a bull barrel on it. So clearly, so I can put a bull barrel on my Ruger 1022, just like the Remington 700 also has a hammer forged barrel. So with that being said, let's open this up really quick and show you the quality of the stock. Alright, so here's the stock. It already has the little I don't even remember what these are called, these little nipples right here where you can put like an accessory. Obviously right here in the front, I'm going to be putting some bipods on there, and of course you have like another sling mount over here, which I'm probably not going to use, to be honest, but it is made out of some good quality leather, rubber, and it's got this nice little textured portion right here that actually lets you have a pretty good feel on the grip, and as well as the front. As you can see, it has a pretty big opening, if you will, or a cavity right here where the barrel will essentially sit. It is a pretty big gap, if you will, because it's meant for a bull barrel. Now, I don't have the bull barrel yet, so it's basically just going to be free floating on this little factory barrel that it comes with. For now, it's fine. It's not a big deal for me. I'm not going to shoot it until I get this build complete anyway, so it's not really an issue. It is definitely a non-issue for me. So as you can see, it only has one attachment, kind of like the Ruger 1022. Just so you guys know, this is unloaded. But anyways, all you have to do to basically install it is just remove this screw, and then of course the barrel band right here in the front, which is also another little flathead screwdriver, and the stock basically just comes off, and this gets put on in its place. So let's get to that. Alright, so there it is. The factory stock is now off of the gun, or the rifle, if you will, and it's time to put in the new one. One thing I did forget to say is make sure you actually take out the screw so that of the old stock, so that you can actually put it on the new one. And there you have it. The stock is now installed on the Ruger. Of course, you know, you still have a pretty big gap right here because you still have that little pencil hammer forged barrel that comes factory right from Ruger. So that's gonna be going away, and we're gonna be doing something else with this rifle. But let's hop over to the flag or the backdrop so I can show you a little bit more of this rifle. Alright, so as you can see, the rifle's starting to look a lot like the Ruger, or the Remington 700, excuse me. It still needs a couple of touches. Obviously, something better up top, hint hint, and something better up front, hint hint. And then maybe a couple things to add onto it, and then we'll get it pretty much where I want it to be. So I would say we're pretty much halfway there. So let me know what you guys think. I think the fitment is excellent. It fits great and everything operates just as normal. With that being said, let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think of how this build is going. And with that being said, catch you guys on the next video.